Hello, wonderful friends. Have you ever stood by the sea, watching the big waves roll in and out? The water can be so powerful and mysterious, can't it? Today, we have a super special story about a big lake, a stormy night, and a lesson about having courage, even when you feel a little scared. Let's get cozy and dive into the adventure of Peter walking on water. Imagine a little boy named Leo. He loved listening to the stories about Jesus and his friends, the disciples. One evening, Leo sat by the Sea of Galilee, watching the fishing boats bobbing on the gentle waves. He saw Jesus' friends, including a fisherman named Peter, get into a boat and start rowing across the big lake. Jesus waved goodbye and went up a mountain to pray by himself. As night fell, a strong wind started to blow. The calm water turned into a swirling, splashing sea of big, scary waves. Leo, watching from the shore, felt a little worried for the disciples out there in the dark. Their little boat was being tossed around like a toy. Peter and the others were trying their best to row, but the wind was just too strong. They were tired and probably very frightened. In the darkest part of the night, when the storm was at its loudest, something amazing happened. The disciples saw a figure walking towards them, right on top of the water. They gasped and huddled together. "It's a ghost!" they cried out, their hearts pounding with fear. But then, a calm, familiar voice called out across the waves. "Don't be afraid," the voice said. "It is I." It was Jesus. Leo, even from a distance, could almost feel the relief wash over the disciples in the boat. It wasn't a ghost. It was their teacher, their friend, Jesus. He was walking on the stormy sea as if it were a solid path. Isn't that incredible? It shows that with God, things we think are impossible can actually happen. Now, Peter, who was always brave and quick to speak, called out, "Lord, if it's really you, tell me to come to you on the water." Imagine the courage it took to say that, to want to step out of the safety of the boat into a raging storm. Jesus smiled and said one simple word, "Come." So, Peter did something absolutely astonishing. He climbed over the side of the boat and put his foot down onto the wavy water. And guess what? He didn't sink. He took another step, and another, walking on the water, moving towards Jesus. Leo's eyes were wide with wonder. A man was walking on water. For a moment, Peter was doing the impossible, all because he trusted Jesus' word. He kept his eyes locked on Jesus, and as long as he did, he was safe. He was walking on the waves, but then a huge wave crashed nearby, and a gust of wind howled in his ear. Peter looked away from Jesus. He looked down at the big, scary waves swirling around his feet. Suddenly, fear flooded his heart. He started to think, "How am I doing this? This is impossible. The storm is too big." And the moment he started to doubt, the moment he took his eyes off Jesus and focused on the storm, he began to sink. The water, which had been holding him up, now felt like it was pulling him down. "Lord, save me," he cried out, his arms flailing in the water. He was scared, and he knew he needed help right away. Instantly, Jesus was there. He reached out his strong, steady hand and caught Peter. He lifted him up out of the water and said gently, "You of little faith, why did you doubt?" Jesus wasn't scolding him. He was teaching him a very important lesson. As long as Peter trusted and kept his focus on Jesus, he could do the impossible. But when he focused on his fears, on the storm, he began to sink. Jesus helped Peter back into the boat. As soon as they were both safely inside, something magical happened. The wind stopped howling, the big, scary waves calmed down, and the sea became as smooth as glass. The storm was over, just like that. All the other disciples in the boat stared in amazement. They knew they were with someone truly special. From the shore, young Leo watched the sea become calm. He saw the boat floating peacefully under the stars. He understood what had happened. He saw that when Peter trusted Jesus, he could do amazing things. But when fear took over, he needed to be rescued. The most important part was that when Peter cried out for help, Jesus was right there to save him. This wonderful story teaches us, just like it taught Leo, that we all have storms in our lives. Sometimes we might be scared of the dark, or worried about a test at school, or feel sad about something. Those are our storms. But if we keep our eyes on God, if we trust in His love and strength, He gives us the courage to face our fears. He helps us walk through our own stormy waters. And even if we do get scared, even if we start to sink a little bit, all we have to do is call out for help. Just like Jesus was there for Peter, God is always, always there for us, ready to reach out His hand and lift us up. This story isn't just about walking on water. It's about walking through life with faith, knowing that we are never, ever alone. So next time you feel a little scared or overwhelmed, remember Peter. Remember to look up, focus on God's love, and ask for His help. He can calm any storm in your life and give you the peace that makes everything feel okay again. Faith can turn fear into courage and bring calm after the storm. Thank you so much for sharing this wonderful story with me today. It's a beautiful reminder of trust and courage. If you enjoyed our story time, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more adventures. We can't wait to see you again soon. Bye for now.